Did you know that before, health insurance for women was more expensive than for men?
Which is gross.
Because women live longer. That was the reason, that women live longer, and so therefore their health insurance should be more expensive.
And when we think about in this country, women are earning less than men for the same work, and now we're charging them more for healthcare. I mean, how are people supposed to get ahead?
So it'll be interesting to see how this changes if this bill goes ahead. And are we recreating high risk pools? Are we going to recreate price differentials based on your age, your gender, your medical problems?
So that's what's in the bill. Significant changes to Medicaid intended to reduce the number of people who can use it, and significant changes to core pieces of the Affordable Care Act appearing to want to restrict the number of people using it. So, Alicia, this is what's in the bill, but is there anything missing from it?
There is a lot that is surprisingly missing. If you Ctrl F through the whole thing, there's just these huge gaps that aren't addressed.
One that really stood out to me was the lack of mental health parity. So mental health parity, I think, is critically important. We've discussed it here before, but it's the idea that insurance companies must provide similar coverage for a mental health diagnosis like depression that they do for a physical health diagnosis like diabetes. That we can't stigmatize or block people who have mental health disorders from accessing mental health care. And there's nothing in this bill about mental health parity.
Another huge gap that isn't addressed is the plan for long-term care. The population in America is aging like much of the world, and there really isn't a solution about long-term care. Currently, Medicare covers short-term medically necessary care, typically after someone's hospitalized or seriously ill, and that includes things like a skilled nursing facility for up to 100 days. After that, what's the plan?
You're on your own. There's also no comprehensive strategy about drug pricing reform. We've been hearing so much about how this administration is not going to have conflicts of interest with pharma. Sure, there's some language in this bill that talks about price transparency, but there's no comprehensive strategy for any type of drug pricing reform, like something Medicare negotiation, right? That's not here. That's not here. That's not anywhere. And so what is the plan?
There are also some current protections that are quietly being let go, letting expire, being replaced, being repealed. And that includes some of the preventative care coverage mandates. So
vaccines? Is it vaccines?